Hi, I'm Melissa Delgado from San Juan, Puerto Rico, and I am the Compliance and Risk Manager for Protection Services under Microsoft. I ensure that my team follows policies, laws, and regulations according to privacy, and that is the front and center of all of our decisions. I am also a cybersecurity and privacy awareness consultant for individuals and small businesses. And I'm also the owner of Poly Creative Mami, a arts and crafts online store. This one is an easy for me. I love to be a resource and help others. It brings me a lot of joy serving others. So far and foremost of what I like to do and maybe what is my career or my profession, my passion is serving others. That brings me a lot of joy, makes me very happy. I have been privileged enough to have worked in several industries that has equipped me with different set of skills worth sharing. So with all that experience and all that knowledge, I have been a mentor to young kids towards STEM careers. I'm an advocate for fostering a STEM career in the young, in Latinos, and in different communities. It is very important for me to share that and be a resources, not only for the young, but for their families as well. So I'm very proud about that. And I also use my passion to be a cybersecurity awareness consultant. So I consult individual and small businesses toward being more secure in not only in the cyberspace, but also in their practices. So with that, I think that I'm not only following my passion for knowledge and technology and everything that it's new and fresh, but I also have the willingness to share it with a broader community and serve others that way. I think that my favorite part of my passion is helping others and empowering them to be more. But the favorite part is not only being able to provide that, but also be part of their journey. It is so rewarding to be part of somebody's road to success and see the different stages for me, having the connection with people, not only being behind the desk or on the other side of the phone, but also have the personal contact with the person one-on-one and looking them flourish. I think that's the most rewarding thing and the most fun part of my passion. You know, I was the kind of kid that throughout my different stages of growing up, I wanted to be something different, from being a teacher to a forensic pathologist. And there was a point where I found myself not knowing what actually I wanted to be. So I had to step back and I thought, let me equip myself with a set of skills that no matter what I decide to do, I will be able to do it because I have all these tools in my arsenal. So I think that I took that decision when the road was a little bit blur at that point in time. And I think that that's okay because that have made me who I am, a resourceful human being. But beside of what I wanted to do, something never changed. I knew who I wanted to be. I wanted to be somebody that was kind, resourceful, clever, and somebody that will always will remember where I started from and will give back to my community. And I think out of all the professions that I wanted to be, maybe I wanted to be a teacher, a physicist. I mean, I wanted to do a lot of things, but who I actually wanted to be, that never changed. And because I stuck to that, I didn't focus on a profession. I mostly focused on the passion and the substance on who I actually wanted to be. And looking back and looking now, it really worked for me. I think that the most important thing is to always be curious, to look for how things work and figure out why. I think that I did not have a specific point in time when I knew what I wanted to do. In fact, it was a little bit hard for me. I liked a lot of things. I'm not sure if because I am ambidextrous, I work with both sides of my brain. I like the intellectual stuff, and I also, growing up, liked the creative stuff. And there was a point in time when people were just encouraging me, just, hey, decide. And I'm not gonna say that I'm a rebel, but I am not a conformist. So I don't conform to what people expect. I really am driven from within. So in my case, I just reach a point where I say, you know what, I don't have to decide. I could definitely do both. So I decided to pursue, of course, in my case, my intellectual side that pays the bills, but also helps me to raise awareness towards a community that I have never thought of, being a consultant and also an advocate, a mentor to Latinas in STEAM careers. That's very rewarding. But at the same time, my creative side have provided me an outlet, a breather. Not everything is structured or serious. It has opened a door for me to be creative, to get those juices flowing, and also help people in that way, and have developed my small business, my online business for creative things. So at this stage in my life, I am very happy that I did not conform in that way, that I looked the path that worked for me. It is important for us to listen to people that have more experience and take those in. But at the end of the day, just take everything that it's out there, that people are giving you advice, but ensure that you don't miss your inner voice. That's the passion, and that is very important. So that, I think that there was not a specific point in time when I knew what I was going to do with my passion, but it was a decision and a tipping point that have maintained, I think, my mental stamina between what is a creative side and an intellectual side, and they both right now are dancing quite harmoniously inside. It is important to mention that in life, we always will have challenges, and we always will have something that will make us stand back and think about our choices. We always have a choice. I'm not too fond of the word obstacles because that usually have like a negative connotation. I prefer like challenges, talking about opportunities, things that will force us to look inside our toolbox and see what do we have that will help us adapt and overcome to this situation or to this decision. As a kid, I was a preemie. I was born 7 months old, baby, and the doctors always told my mom just to accept that I was not going to be a regular girl. And I don't know what regular means to them, but my mom did not raise me with those challenges or that mindset. I am grateful for her that she always have pushed me to be the best that I can be. I was an athlete. I had a normal infancy, a normal childhood, and I'm a normal person, as normal as you can be nowadays. So it is important for you not to focus or dwell on the negative, but understand what is in your toolbox that could make it better, that could help you adapt and overcome. And I cannot say this enough. It is very important to know when to adapt and how to overcome that. And that will get you places that you never maybe thought of. So in my case, right now, maybe as a grown up, When I started Microsoft, I was not as savvy in technology, or maybe not as specifically in computers or databases. And I was coming into a team that was pretty technical. What I did, like I say, always, I'm always curious, and I know who to pick as my resources. People that were committed to my success, that were able to help me understand technical terms, that were good neighbors. And they also were committed to maximize my potential. And for that, I will always be grateful. And because there were people like that at that moment in my time, in my career, I, I am always more convinced that it is my duty and my responsibility to give back to the community, that I have to be that mentor as well, like others have been for me. So in terms of challenges and obstacles, and just focus on the opportunities, just focus on whatever happens right now, and you are torn between two decisions, and you're torn between what people are saying, what you really, really want. Just take everything in, but make sure that you hear your inner voice and decide what is best for you, not right now, but also how you look yourself, in how would you look in 5 years. That will help you not only to overcome any challenges that will come your way, but will also build your character for the future. My advice will be, never stop being curious and passionate about what you want. Don't think outside the box. Think like there is no box. Thinking outside the box still will limit you that there's something there. Forget about it. Just dream big. And make sure that you follow your passion without compromising your values, your morale, or your family. It just doesn't worth it. One of the things is just make sure that you know when to adapt and how to overcome. And always, 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 I cannot strain this enough. Mingle with people and the folks that are committed to maximize your potential. If you're with people that are always kicking you down or telling you all the limitations that your idea will have, try to have a diet of those people. They are not committed to maximize your potential. They are dream crushers, and it is important for you to always be surrounded by positive people. It is important to be realistic, but it is also important to have the confidence of picking and choosing the people that will take you the next level. Important skills. I think that if we're talking about school, even if it sounds weird, all these subjects in school are important. Maybe you're a kid right now and listening to me, but trust me, it will make sense at the end of it all. They all bring a piece of importance in you as a whole. It is important that you only know about one thing. It is important that you're being around a person. Um, but if you wanted to follow your passion, I think it is very important for you to have curiosity, critical thinking, and tact. For me, those are the top three, because curiosity will make you think further, a little bit more, dream big, making sure to know how things work and maybe how could you do it better, or maybe come up with a new idea. That's being curious. That will get you the new stuff that people are looking for. Now, the critical thinking will take your ideas to the next level if you bring another angle of what everybody is used to do or have. So it is very important for you to have both the curiosity part and also have critical thinking. And tact will help you work with others. In this world, we're not alone. Even if you have an idea or a passion, you will need to sell this passion to somebody or had meaningful conversations. Not all the conversations will be amicably. So it is important for you to have an amicable conversation, but also maybe have a heart-to-heart conversation. And if you can develop tact and how to speak with others elegantly and with respect, it will take you further into your dream and your passion than if you do not follow me in that. And the other thing that is very important is always stay current. What you know will put you here, but what you seek will take you there. So don't be conformist, or make sure that you always are searching for more. Make sure that you're still relevant. If you're a kid, there's a lot of resources for kids and young. If you're not a kid and you're a little bit more into the young adult side, there's a lot of TED Talks that you can go to, a lot of resources and newsletters in your field. Ensure that you have. And if you're looking to be an entrepreneur or kidpreneur for that matter, it is important for you to understand the laws of the business and everything that you need to do to make it stick. So in my case, skills, particularly the skills would be, I think you will have to develop and stick to curiosity, critical thinking, and tact, and everything will fall into place after that. What you're good at? Well, I am good in analytical thinking. I am also good in logistics, and I'm good also in having an idea and making it concrete. That is important. But I think that my asset will be building upon relationships. I think that I create meaningful and positive relationship, not only in the personal side but also in the business side. This is very important. I cannot stress enough how caring for each other takes us, again, in a professional level, in a personal level, to other places. I cannot tell you enough how many places I have been where maybe you're in an elevator or maybe in a conference room and people are coming in and they just come with their laptops and start working or start having the conversation just right away of business. This is not the way that I do it. I seek to care first, having a good morning. How are you? How's your family? And this only takes just a second or just a minute, but you show that you care first about the person, and then you go into business. This is not the experience that I have so far in different areas, and but we are all human, and being humane is the biggest asset that you could have. It's a strong skill, and not everybody is in that area. So being humane, it's not a sign of vulnerability. I believe it's a stand of what you believe in. It will take you to the next level in business. So I'm good at building relationships and keeping them, and definitely everything else will fall into place. As I said before, throughout your life, you develop your toolkit and your set of skills, whether it's curiosity, critical thinking, analytical thinking. Maybe you are a go-getter. I mean, you do everything, but nothing will resonate if you cannot build those relationships that will be committed to supporting you in your dreams and your passion throughout your journey. That I think that that's my most important asset that I can identify so far. What am not good at? I think letting go. Sometimes you're so passionate about something and you have so much conviction that it's difficult to identify the other angle, other ways of doing it, or when to adapt and how to overcome what you have. And I think that for me, that will be letting go. When I have to understand that maybe the way that I'm doing things, it's not the way. And then more, if I don't think that I'm bad at it, but there's still room for growth, maybe I want to I have reached a point in time where I can identify that there's something is not working and I walk the other way. But I think that I'm still working towards how to do it quicker, how to do it faster, and identify those things a little bit quicker that I have in the past. So yes, I think that one thing that I'm not good at, It's letting go. I don't think I have somebody in particular that inspires me. I mean, I have a lot of people who inspires me a lot. But I think that they all have in common something. I think that it's not only somebody that inspires me, it's the kind of people who inspire me. I like selfless people, the kind that you read about, that they're so convinced that their research will change life, that will save life, people that never give up, people that are overcoming situations that I cannot even think of, coming from different countries, different places, different backgrounds, and still they are pushing to be more, pushing to help the community. I think those are the ones that inspires me, not only to be content with who I am and what I do, but also push me to give back to the community. Those are the kinds of people that gives me hope. I think that the bottom line is that who inspires me are people that will bring hope to my panoramic vision, that I would know that we are not alone, that there are still people out there, they are kind, that they are trustworthy, that they're selfless, and they're humble. Those are the kinds of people that actually inspire me to be more, to do more, and to emulate. I can tell you. I don't want a specific name, bring up names, because I think that there are so many people that do so many great things in this world that it's worth reaching out and learn about them a little bit more. And I love to read their stories. And I think that if it inspires me to be better and to understand that I could definitely do more, no matter what I have or what I do, I always can do more for others. And that kind of people are the ones that inspire me always to be a better person. Wow, if I could, wow, pick just one. I cannot pick just one. There's so many. Um, I think people from the past, most from the past, that I would like to talk to, some female scientists ahead of their era. I would like to pick their brain and see what was maybe the challenges that they have inside of them, and how they push through. Maybe some family members that I never got to meet. That will be very interesting for me. I mean, we've never had that opportunity, but I think that the person that I would go back in time and talk to, I think that will be my younger me. I think that where you're young and or a kid, you have so many questions. You have so many things that you would like to know, and sometimes you're reaching out and nobody is like in sync with your train of thought. And I think that if I go back in time, I will tell myself to stick to my guns. I mean, it really paid off being who I am, not being scared of what people might think, or the dreams that I might have, or the mistakes that I'm gonna do. I will not go back and tell myself not to do them, because it have made me stronger. But I think that I will go back in time and say that it will all be okay. That the choices that I make will make me a better person. And I think that will stick to that. I'm not sure if everybody will agree with me, or if they can go back to the past, they can speak to whoever, but I think that the person that will have the most impact in my life would be myself. And for me, it would be very important to know that I will be making mistakes, that I will make good and bad choices in my life, but it will all be okay. I think that would be the person that I will back. There's so many people, but I think that in this one, I will have to take myself. I love food. I am from Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rican food is very tasty, but I will have to go with my pizzas and my pastas and breads. I mean, I think that far and foremost, that would be Italian food for me. Italian is my favorite. Hmm, that's a little bit tricky because happiness means different things to different people, and that is what makes us all special. But in my case, the key to my happiness is that I let God guide my decisions. Always understanding that everything happens for a reason, and if He is in my plans, if He has been consulted, I know that it will be positive for me. I always convince myself that I was born with purpose, and throughout my life, I'm always thinking that purpose. As soon as it is fulfilled, I know that there's another purpose awaiting for me. So I'm always looking for silver linings, and that makes me content and happy and have joy in my life. That it's pretty much how I am. I don't let people nor situations define me. That is very important, and I stick true to who and what I am, no matter the situation. I stick to my guns and understand that there's a bigger and better things for me ahead. I think that that's the key to my happiness. Be true to my values, and first and foremost, I value family. I put always my family first in my decisions, and sometimes you have difficult situations and difficult decisions to have, but if my north is my family, everything falls into place, and I think that makes me happy and brings me a lot of joy.